So, you're a project manager on a new AI initiative. The pressure's on, right? You're expected to deliver something totally groundbreaking. But what if I told you that the single most critical step has absolutely nothing to do with fancy algorithms or even a single line of code? Let's get into why the real work begins way before the data scientists even show up.
So, what's the real secret sauce for a successful AI project? Is it some genius algorithm, the absolute fastest hardware, or maybe the smartest data scientists on the planet? Well, yeah, all that stuff is important for sure, but the actual key, the thing that unlocks your project's potential, is something way more fundamental.
It's all about the data, plain and simple. The foundation of any truly transformative AI is built on a deep, complete understanding of your data assets. Think of this explainer as your guide for a kind of data expedition. We're going to create the map that will guide your entire project to success.
Okay, so every great expedition has to start at home base. Before we can even think about venturing into new territories, we need a really thorough, honest understanding of the data landscape we already own. This is where we lay the bedrock for our entire map, charting every single corner of your company's data universe.
This whole thing is a systematic discovery process. You're going to start by cataloging every single database you can find, from the old-school SQL servers to the big systems that run the business, your CRMs and ERPs. Then you'll move on to identify the larger repositories, the data warehouses and the more specialized data marts. But honestly, the most crucial step is talking to people. You have to meet with the system owners. They hold the tribal knowledge, the real story about where the data comes from and how it's changed over time. That's how you'll find out if you can actually trust it.
And just by completing those steps, you've drafted the first and most essential part of your map. You now have a comprehensive chart of all your internal data sources, giving you a crystal clear inventory of the assets you can immediately bring to the project.
All right, with our home territory all mapped out, it's time to look beyond your own walls. The right external data can be that secret ingredient that enriches your models, fills in critical gaps, and gives you a serious competitive edge. Let's talk about how to find and, maybe more importantly, how to validate these outside resources.
Now, external data usually comes in two main flavors. On one hand, you've got commercial data, which is stuff you purchase from specialized providers like credit bureaus or financial data services. Then, on the other hand, there's open data, which is freely available from sources like government websites, public APIs, and academic research. Both can be incredibly powerful, but they come with very different rulebooks.
Just finding the data is only the first step. You've got to do your homework here. First, assess the licensing. Can you legally use this for a commercial AI project? Then evaluate its quality. Is it accurate? Is it up to date? Is it even relevant to what you're trying to do? And finally, you have to document how you're actually going to get it into your systems. This isn't just about ticking boxes. It's your best defense against major legal headaches and tons of wasted engineering time down the road. So, by following this process, what you've built is a curated portfolio of external data sources. You now know they're valuable, you know they're legally sound, and you know they're technically possible to integrate. This adds a really powerful new layer to your data map.
Our expedition is now taking us to two very different but equally vital landscapes: the huge modern frontier of cloud computing and the often forgotten, treasure-filled archives of your company's own history.
First up, the modern frontier. Your data is probably spread out all over the place. In cloud storage services, think of them as massive digital warehouses like Amazon S3 or Azure Blob, and running on powerful data platforms like Databricks. As a PM, you need to understand the constraints. Are there legal rules about where this data has to physically live? What about performance? High latency or low bandwidth can quietly and completely sabotage an otherwise brilliant project.
Now, let's do a little data archaeology. Decades of your company's history might be locked away on on-premise mainframes running COBOL. That old-school programming language that powered a ton of legacy business systems, or maybe even on dusty old backup tapes. Now, digging this data up is going to be tough. You'll face conversion challenges and almost certainly find some quality gaps. But the historical perspective this kind of data can provide for training your AI models, that can be absolute gold.
So, after charting both the new and the old, your map now provides this incredible panoramic view. You have clear visibility into your entire data estate, from the most modern, scalable cloud platforms all the way back to your most valuable historical archives.
Okay, we have a detailed map. But a map without a legend or any rules of the road is just plain dangerous. This final, critical section is all about creating the governance framework. These are the guardrails that make sure your data expedition is not just successful, but also safe and responsible.
This checklist right here is your guide to responsible innovation. For every single data source on your map, you have to be able to answer these questions. Who is the official owner? What regulations apply? Things like GDPR, which protects data privacy in Europe, or HIPAA for health information in the US. Who is actually authorized to access it, especially if it contains sensitive info? And what is the exact approval workflow? Trust me, this isn't just bureaucracy, it's fundamental risk management.
By completing this final step, your map is transformed. It becomes a trusted, governance-aligned guide. Now, everyone on the team has a single source of truth that makes it perfectly clear who controls the data and what the explicit rules are for how it can be used.
So, what you've just built, this whole thing has a name. It's called a data landscape. It's the complete map of all your data sources, all the access rights, and all the governance rules all in one place. This right here is the true starting block for any serious and sustainable AI initiative.
With that map in your hand, you've completed the single most important preparatory work there is. You now have the solid foundation you need to build AI that isn't just powerful and successful, but also ethical and responsible.
The hard work of preparation is officially done. Your map is complete, it's detailed, and it's ready to guide the journey ahead. The only question left is, what incredible things are you going to build with it?